Today I'm going to talk about it's a political, can it be? It's sometimes it's hard to tell if it's political talking or if it's ordinary life talking. And today is it about what I heard in the news, and I heard it yesterday also, but I was not in a mental way to do a recording, but today I find it necessarily important to talk about it, what have happened and going to happen. This is Thursday, and I think it's 20 July 2023, and it's about these books, holy books that people are talking about, and it's like a law for them. And I want to tell you about this with the Quran, burning Quran that's going on here in Sweden. And this morning, why I was thinking I should recording it was that this morning in Iraq they have burning down the Swedish embassy because of the police in Sweden have accepted a man to burn the Quran book. And this man is from Iraq, but he have been a Christian here in Sweden, and so it's not a Swedish person that do that. It's a man from Iraq that have come into Sweden and waiting for to be accepted to be in Sweden. And in that time, when in Sweden, he burning up the Quran books, but it is this talking about. You need to understand that is Muslim, that is have intelligence persons. It's easy to make people that is not so well educated to go angry. That it's very easy to make them hate Sweden and burning the flag and burning up the embassy of Sweden. But it is more complex. This why do the Swedish police accept the burning of Quran? It's not that the police is angry about the Quran, because there is police people that is Muslims. It's not about that. It is that Sweden do not believe in God so much. Sometimes they say Sweden is the less country to believe in God. it's very few that really believe in God, and when they believe in God, is it most likely that they believe in Jesus as God. So it's complex here in Sweden about it. It's we have this. Most country in the West, we defend the rule about freedom to speak. It's freedom to show what you like or don't like. It's very hard to change that. That is in our basic law. That's what make Sweden going on like that, and have been in peace in 200 years. And that is very hard for people that have not so much knowledge about the world around them in other countries, how we see it. And as a Swedish, and not knowing God, and is it Quran? It's only a book for the Swedish government and the Swedish police. It's they value more to hold the freedom of speech than a book, a printed book. It's nothing, and it's the same with the Swedish flag. You can burn the flag, you can walk on it, you can make it be filthy and everything. It doesn't matter, because the Swedish people, most of it, I don't talk about all Swedish people, it's different between people, but the most of people, they don't see the flag as so much value. It's not Swedish. It's not Swedish in the deep of the soul. The Swedish flag, of course they love the flag, but it doesn't matter how you treat it. That doesn't insult Swedish people. And if you should take the Bible and burn it up, Swedish people should say, so what? It doesn't matter, it's only a book. But it is, I know it's so much harder for you that have a religion that have been going on from almost the beginning. Islam was I think about 600. And so in what we say in Sweden, you have maybe other years in this. We have different dates around the world. And in Muslim countries, you are in another year than we. But it doesn't matter. It's about that years between what the Bible was written and the Arabic Quran was written. And it's 600 years between them. But it doesn't make the Bible be more important, because you know me, you that have followed me in my podcast, you know I don't care about the books because I hear from God without the books, and it's very hard for religious people to understand. I am a prophet and I hear from heaven, and sometimes I look up something both in the Quran and the Bible on the internet. If something, maybe a word they are saying that I want to know more about, how much do they write in those books? The word, is it an important word or not? This I check up, and sometimes I read someone is saying something from those books, and I check it up on internet about it. You know, when God come down to me and talk about the future in year 2000, after that I could not read books. I can read a little inside a book, but I can't read a whole page, for example. And that was a reason why God did that. And it was from the beginning, in year 2000. That was the first thing God did to me, was to take away my ability to read books. And it's very interesting to see that my daughter, she read books. She loved to read books. And that was the same with me. And she have very much knowledge of reading books. And so sometimes we come together close to each other because of the books. Because I have the knowledge without reading a book, but she have the knowledge to read a book, so she can complete our talking with that. Both have knowledge in from a different source. So that's with the Bible and Quran or other so-called holy scriptures. And you know, it's, if you study this about the books, it's people going into those books, and they make a changing of what they are thinking and what they have experienced in life. And when they are preaching from those books, they change it there also to fit into their belief and their experience of life, and change the whole thing. And they don't understand what they read. Most of the time is it that they don't understand what they read, because that is told that those holy books should be read, reading in the spirit that is the truth, not in what we know or not know. It's not about that. We need to understand what they are talking in the spirit. It's not books there. It's in the spirit talking. And sometimes we have to pay attention that those people that translate the Bible or wrote the Quran, it was not really spiritual advanced people. They did the work to place down the text into the books. And I have not so much knowledge about the Quran's history, but the Bible history I have learned from that they, it's a pieces of pergaments scrolls that they find, and then was it of course very intelligent people that place it together to be a story of it. So we have to be careful. It doesn't come as a complete book to us. It was man that put it together, those fragments of those scrolls, rules they find very much in the 50s, 1950, and they don't know the background of it. They put it together, so we have to be careful in what they was put together, and of course they can have been inspired of God to put together the books, but still we need to understand what they are saying in the spirit, not in what we know about the world that we see today, and not what was before, that we don't really know exactly the history of what was going on in Jesus' time, for example. How they lived. We know a little about it, but we don't know the fully of it. So the books can lie to us if we don't understand the background, what is talking in the spirit from them. And most people only read them as an ordinary book and think like they have experience of life, and not way behind it with a spirit thinking. So this anger is very going angry when they burning those books, because it means something else for those people in Iraq, for example, those that is Muslims, really Orthodox Muslims mostly, that it's very much insult for them, and they take up their sandal or shoes and hit the face of someone to make that they are angry at them. And we don't understand that here in Sweden, what a sandal is about, and what is the rocks they threw to the police or the soldiers in the military in Israel, why the Palestinians throwing rocks. And I know the meaning of it, but most people doesn't know what they are talking about and laugh about it. But it's for them, Orthodox Muslims in Iraq is it very, very, very important. It's not only a small insult. It means deeper than that inside them. And when they say Allah, that means God in Arabic. So they are talking about the same God when they understand that. I have talking to Muslim young boys here in Sweden, and they think that Muhammad was God, like the Christian people think that Jesus was God, but that was only messengers from God. They were not God. They were prophets, and those that is very well reading and study Quran, they know that Allah is God, the only one, and he don't have any people that is equal with him. There is no people that is equal with him. He is the only one. And I have talking to you about this, who created God. And I have told you that also in another chapter. I got it from heaven. They told me who was the creator of God. That is the alone. He is the one. But the creator of God, that spirit is an energy mass that have created God. And that energy mass doesn't want to show up. It's behind there, far behind, but it doesn't go in and involved into our life here on earth. And God doesn't do that either so much, but he can do that. It's those in afterlife that do the work for God, but they need to go through God. They can't make decision on their own. They have to go to God and tell him what they are going to do or say to us here on earth. So everything, God is holding it, but he doesn't work so much to heaven. He don't work so much to earth as people think that believe in God, the one. He have many spirits to talk to do things. And the spirits, in the same way, they have to go through God to could do things for us. So it's I am a touch of a spirit now, very much a spirit. So when I say that it's God that's coming down now, because I'm talking about God, it's coming a very warm presence into my body now, and I am going to I work with my hands. If I had a video camera, you should see my hands is moving toward to my heart. So that's God is here, and I'm waiting if he want to say something to us. not only for you, but it's for me also to receive. And it's he now he I see it's like this, like a gold shining now, and he is saying that he's surrendering everything. He is surrendering everything. He's the utter, the you can say the last or the first and the last layer around us. He's saying that to me, and I tell you what he's saying. He's saying that, and yeah, it's the gold, and I see now I see our planet, a globe, our planet, and around the planet is like a gold layer, and it's like burning, but it's not fire, it's energy going around this globe. That's what he's wanted to tell you. God is here. And now I saw someone, a spirit coming in here, and they are here because God is here, and they back him up like that to be so visible for me, and they I think they take some energy from God also in the same way to make more work here on this planet. And so God is on his way, going away now from my room to touch me now, because he was saying what he wanted to say to me and you. And so it doesn't matter what you call God, because he knows your heart. So he knows who you are talking to. So he feel your energy, he feel your heart, and he know that you're talking about him. But you need to know who is God. It's not Muhammad and it's not Jesus. They only heard from God. And you can discuss how much you want, if they heard from God or not. It doesn't matter in my talking to you. That is a decision you have to make. But I have talked many times that I believe that God have had many messengers here on earth, and people that receive him, but they, when they talking about God, people doesn't listen. They kill them, and or place them in mental institutions, and kill them in that way, so they couldn't reach out really to people. And it's same for me, that I talk about it last time in the chapter, that people want more to fear me and saying she's mental sick, and she don't hear from God, and negative things. They and I understand it, because that's the devil inside them that make them be frightened about things that is unknown. You know, these unknown things that people report about it. People are talking about it, but mostly they got a laughing face when they say something serious from the unknown. And people fear the unknown. They don't want to hear. Don't want to hear it, so they hold their ears and say, no, 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 no. It's not true, it's not true. She lies, she's mental sick, and those things. Because the devil have deceived them to believe that you should be scared of her talking like she do. And it's very, very brave of you. It's very, very brave of you to understand that you have overcome the devil when you understand that effect that the devil have done to you already as a child, but that you hear from your parents, from church leaders, from television and radio and all kind of sources, that you should fear the unknown instead to learn and open the door for the unknown, to understand what's going around us. You that have followed me, you have heard me talking about the future that those in afterlife have told me what will come. And it have come, because when I started to tell you that the afterlife that they told me, and I told you that it should come waves of bad things now, and it started 2019 when the COVID-19 came. That was the first wave, and it was a big wave. But they are saying, and it's not really here yet, but it builds up. And we can see the sign of it by this, with the Quran burning and anger, not only in Iraq and burning up the embassy in Baghdad, but also in other places here on earth. And it's for me that understand the future. It's so bad that India, the India country that when I was a child, we were sending money to India. We supported India like we support now Ukraine with money and weapon and everything. That the India that was so very, very poor, they have shooting up a shuttle up to the moon, and but on the back side of the moon they have placed a shuttle there and built up those that is reality. It's a spirit touch me now when I'm talking, and the reality of threat to that the worst war is not coming on our planet. The most threat is what is over our heads on these starlings. And now India they have so much money so they can send up a weapon in the sky up at the moon around the planets. And that's other countries have done. And some, it's not only one country, but they going together with other countries that is equal with them in their thinking. And they have placed weapon over our head. It's not what's going on here on the ground. It's what happened up there in the universe. That's and those that is intelligent, more intelligent than we here on this planet. They are. That's, you get the answer now. Why do they not showing up? UFO aliens, why don't they show up? Because the war is not on our planet. The war is going up in the universe. In the universe. They have to defend us in the universe because they are waiting for that. And God was telling me in the year 2000, when I asked, what is it about aliens and UFO? And God answered me serious. He don't laugh at me. He say that's the people of the future. And that is to protect our future. They are up there and not here on this planet, because that's not the biggest threat. The biggest threat is up around the planets. That's why they don't have show up. They have show up, but people don't understand what it is, because they can make it like our brain. I have talked about it many times, and you must understand that our brain, if the brain doesn't understand, and if it's in fear of things they see, like these spirit things coming, that they change it. The brain change it when they don't know what it is, what they see, or if they denied it so much. The brain takes something they understand to tell them. So, like a UFO, many times the spaceship that they have coming close to our planet, the brain changed it to be an airplane, because that we understand and want to understand. You want to understand that is an airplane, and not what the really is showing, a spaceship. That's why we don't, people don't see them. And like when they are coming, the spirits, I have told you that it looked like seagulls, because the brain understands seagulls, but it's spirits that are coming, flying. It was too much so-called seagulls in the sky for to be seagulls, because I have never seen so many seagulls ever. But that was what my brain first saw, because it picked up like it was seagulls, but it was white clothes, spirits coming, angels coming into my home. So the brain fools us very much. That you need to understand that what you really see and what the brain translates it to be interpret. If the brain interprets, and it's like the devil use it to interpret it to something that we have here around us on our planet. The reality, but it's a lie. But that what the devil can use for you to think that if I say something wrong here, immediately is it some people that pick it up that I am mental sick, because they want to see the negative. They want hear the negative of me, and then they deny everything I have say in this. I think it's 3 years now. Everything they deny because I say something wrong once. And that's how the brain is. My brain is like that, but I understand the brain can interpret it wrong, because you don't want its decision like so much. You make the decision to not want to understand what I'm talking about and what you see, because you are scared. You have fear, because you were almost born with fear. So this is what I wanted to say. I was going to talk about narcissism a little more, but I do that in another chapter. I don't mix it with what we heard. We heard from God. That's his God chapter, this one. So thank you, and God bless you, and keep follow me. And I'm going to change the chapter's description, because I have changed my first name now, and I wanted to not showing that you can read a lie on the details about the chapter. So I'm going to work on that this weekend that will come now. So thank you, and God bless you.